to KOknits, the Woolfront, whatever this is going to be called, a knitting podcast thing about knitting, life, hobbies, crafts, whatever. My name is KO. You can call me that, or you can call me Karen Oliva, if that's what you prefer. You can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry and actually on TikTok. And I'll probably have shown you my handles before this. But yeah, welcome here and welcome back. Today I have actually prepared. I have found my old notebook from about 2018, 2019 and written down some things we should talk about. I am bringing back some of my finished objects from last time because I have finally woven in all the ends. I have washed and blocked them and I've weighed them so we can actually know how much they both weigh and how many meters there are. Since last time I've made myself a spreadsheet in Google Drive where I can actually see how much I am using, and today when I was writing up the things I want to bring here, I looked into this book, which is from, I think I got in 2018, or more so about there, and I have like goals and what I made in the different months 2019, and I've actually recorded both yarn used and what came in, but also what I had in stash. I'm not going to record what I have in the stash at the minute because it's a lot, and I don't know, it doesn't really give me pleasure of weighing it up anymore, because back then it was kind of fun and cool to know, and then I could just cross it off, and it might be satisfactory for me now to do that as well, but not enough that I'm willing to do it at the minute, but maybe sometime in the future. But it was really cool to see how much I had knitted, how many grams, how many projects I had finished per month, and that's really, yeah. So I'm trying to do that again. I cannot promise, but I'm trying to promise myself that I will try and do that. So that means using my notebook. This is for the notebook nerds out there, this is a Leuchtturm 1917 dotted, you know, one of the bullet journal sort of books. I'm not sure. It's really, the dots are really light, so it's really, from a distance it looks plain or without anything, but it has the dots, and I really like having the dots to have some form of line to write on, because if I don't have that, my lines are very slanted. But yeah, and I can see that the first thing I wanted to show you is not here because I forgot it at home. So I'm gonna continue on with the next. I have found myself with a suitcase which is decorative. I bought it this summer. It's a leather vintage suitcase. I bought it at a charity shop during the summer for about 170 Norwegian krones, which is about, I don't know, $17, £12-15 or something, and it's really nice. It has a zipper on the front, so it's not that old, but it's old enough to be very nice, very cute. And I am now trying to fill it with my ongoing and primarily finished objects. So maybe this would make a good like ending shot or something. My finished things weighed and laid out there for you. I was thinking maybe we should just go through it, if I can find the things I put in here that I wanted to show you. I have made, as I said, I have actually woven in all of the ends and things. So I did that yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I had a little party weaving in. In Norwegian is usually å feste tråder, and å feste means to party. So in Norwegian it's a party. If you are going to weave in ends, I didn't feel it was much of a party, but it was really satisfactory, because the thing is, these ones, for example, these baby socks, what I wanted to show you was a adult size of these ones, because that's it's a bit easier to show you the pattern if it's on an adult size. These are Kronelest crownsocks, which is made as a traditional christening gift, or having a baby gift in the area where I'm from. And so I've made a couple of pairs. I made 2 pairs in supposedly different sizes for some friends of mine who are having a little girl in the new year, and so I hope at some point they will fit her. If they don't fit her, maybe they can fit her dolls in the future, or some of her cousins, because I presume she will have some cousins. These respectively weigh 22 and 21 grams of yarn, and are about this is a slightly thicker yarn, so this is Babyull, and this is a sokk yarn. This is a sokk yarn from Järbo. I'm pretty sure this is like dollar Babyull something. And these are 77 meters, and these are 81 meters, more or less, which means you can knit at least 2 pairs from 50-gram ball of yarn, which is great. I have actually knitted yellow ones like these before from the same skein of yarn, so I should probably just continue on with making more of these from that yellow skein, so I can get rid of the whole skein. But yeah, so that's about 40 grams of yarn. Kind of surprised me that is that much yarn in these baby socks, but alright, maybe. And then we have the mittens, the Miniselbu mittens, and these are the same pattern, but these are only Babyull. So these are with Babyull Lanette from Sannes Yarns, and I think Dale in the white, and then these ones are in the white is Dale Babyull, and then the blue is actually Drops Fabel. So they're a bit smaller than these ones, which might also be nice. We don't know exactly how big a child is going to be when it has not arrived yet. And then we have these ones, which I drew the pattern for myself, but it's based on the same pattern, and they are well, these ones are 12 grams because of the Fabel, because it's thinner and it's lighter. These are about 12 grams, but both of these pairs are 16 grams each. That's also quite nice, quite good. Very small project, and I wanted to say it's a good on-the-go project. It isn't, because you finish one of these so quickly, you'll have to start another one. So you can't just keep knitting if you don't remember the pattern. And I don't always remember the patterns for these things until I've knitted more than 5 of them, or 5 pairs of them. And in this case I've only knitted 3 pairs in the last year. I think I made a couple of pairs before, but not lately. And so they're about 50 odd meters each for a pair of mittens, which is great, you know, that's just so lovely. And look at these, they are so cute all together. Maybe I should do like this. How cute aren't they? And so again, baby mittens do not need thumbs, because who wants to wrestle a baby thumb into a thumb on a mitten. Not me, no wrestling thumbs here for me. So that's not that much yarn. It's less than 100 grams of yarn for all of these, which is kind of sad to me, annoying, because I want to get rid of a lot of yarn. I want to, you know, crank out the yarns or the projects. I am a project knitter. I'm not a project. I like the process of knitting, but not that much. And then these have finally been woven in a while ago, but they are now washed and blocked, and you can see that I did a different pattern on the inside of the thumb, and I think it's probably evident on both of them, but mostly on this. Here you can see the importance of remembering which colour is supposed to be the dominant one, because if I had been bothered with actually keeping track of which yarn was on the left side and the right side of my finger joint, it would be completely even. I didn't, and it's on the inside of the thumb. It's going to get filtered anyways. It doesn't really matter, but I'm not ripping it out. But now they fit me so nicely, and it's a close fitting, very well. It is double because it's colour work. It's stranded colour work. How lovely are these? These are based on Erika and Falck Pavval's pattern, Elsas coffee beans, but I have modified them to fit my hand better and the kind of mitten style I prefer on my hands. And these weigh about, I used about 30 grams of the white and then about 25 grams of the burgundy colour, or the dark red colour. So they're just over 50 grams, which is quite good. And this is made from Hillesvåg Vilje, which is a lamb's wool, and I can really feel that it's lamb's wool, because it's so soft, and it's after blocking and washing. I haven't really blocked these. I put them on my hand to make sure that they hadn't shrunk or anything, filtered when I washed them. But I haven't really blocked them out. I haven't steam blocked them or anything yet. They've just softened up a lot, and they were really soft to begin with. They're really soft, and now I'm kind of thinking I should probably make myself a little jumper. Probably not with this pattern, because I'm going to become crazy. I'm going to go mad if I have to. I think if I'm going to knit this is on 2.5 or 2.25 millimeter needles, and I really like the gauge and the fabric it gives. It's really thick for being such a fine yarn. I'm not sure if I would like this as this fabric as a jumper. Well, maybe I actually would like it as a jumper actually. But yeah, it's really nice, and yeah, it reminded me that I actually have a pair of trousers made from this yarn, which I made in about 2019, I think. So I should probably dig those out, because that would be kind of fun to wear those again and see that they haven't got any holes. I hope they haven't got any holes. They've been brought along on many a move since 2019. But yeah, so about 50 grams, which means they are about 210 meters altogether for these. Just really nice. Then I think we talked about the weight of these. These were about 60 grams altogether, 50 grams more or less. These have also been washed, so I haven't worn them yet. But yeah, Drops Fable Pink Dream, and I think the beige, the whitey beige colour is called Wheat. But yeah, they're not matching. At some point the yarn was broken and then knotted, so that it changed direction on the stripes, which was really didn't really make me happy. But you know, considering sustainability and not wanting to throw away yarns, I'm happy that Drops did that. But yeah, about 60 grams, which means that they are about didn't I write those down? yeah, about 250 meters or so, 240, 250 meters for one pair of socks for me. In my size, about 38.5, maybe European. So that's quite good. Means I can actually knit more socks than I thought I could. These ones, I think I showed them finished to you last time, but yeah, again, woven in all of the ends. Washed them. I think they felted slightly. These are Hillesvåg Embla. I'm pretty sure now that they are. I did a reinforced heel flap and gusset, and when I do heel flaps I knit the first 3 stitches in garter so that they're very easy to pick up stitches from to knit the gusset. But yeah, about 106 grams for one pair of these, and the same for these, which are now finished, and yeah, they weigh pretty much exactly the same, even though they are striped and opposite. So I now have about 50 grams left of each colour, so I'll either have to make another pair of these kind of things or like short socks or something. My camera battery is dying, so I'll have to charge. We're back. It's darker because I had to charge my camera. Anyways, I had to tidy up. I have a couple of more finished objects still to show you. 2 projects that I actually haven't shown you at all. I forgot to bring a yarn label for one of them, and these are some, goodness me, white socks, kind of matching to the green and the stripy ones, which I found because I did actually sort out most of my stash last weekend, I think, and I found them, and one of them were finished and the second one was nearly finished, and I think, well, maybe I knit the leg of it, and so I knitted the heel flap and the gusset and the foot. And one of the things I do, because a lot of people would maybe be like, oh no, I'll have to count, and that would be annoying and just never finish it. But one of the things I do when I knit socks, because I know that sometimes I will not finish that pair immediately. It's not that easy, but it's probably easier to see on the white socks than on the other socks. I usually make a little purl on the first stitch of the round. If my nails are odd, it's just because I haven't really cleaned off some nail polish. And so I could see that this had 35 rounds for the leg, and then since I do garter ridges here, it's easy to count how many rows for the heel and then how many stitches to pick up. I always pick up the amount of garter bumps plus 2, and then I decrease down to the same number of stitches I have up here for the foot, and then I knit the purl bumps on the underside of the foot, so they're not visible when you wear them before the toe. So it's quite easy to just, if I'm using the same yarn and I'm knitting for example for myself, then I don't have to, some of the yarns I remember how many rounds I need to before I between the heel and the toe, for example, but not everything. But it makes it easier just to either make the same pair or like another pair, or just to finish up a pair where I probably haven't knitted on for over a year. So I have another pair of socks. So we're up to 4 pairs of adult socks. And then we have, I'm not sure if I'm going to show you this because I'm showing you, this is a Sophie Shawl thing made in Drops Air, which is a blow yarn, alpaca. It's about 90 grams. The white socks weighs pretty much 100 grams, so about 180 meters in Gjestal Sportsragg, which is like a thicker sock yarn. This Sophie scarf thing is made of Drops Air, which probably was bought when I was 17, 18 years old. Used nearly 100 grams of that, so nearly 2 skeins, nearly the 2 skeins I had. I pretty much knitted until I increased until I was about finished with the first skein, and then I started decreasing before I was completely out of the first skein, and then I added in the second one and just decreased. So I knew I would have some leftovers, some left, because I didn't want to buy another skein of it. But yeah, very lightweight. I haven't really worn it because I'm still figuring out how to wear these smaller scarves rather than big shawls. I really like big blanket shawls. I know that they are really untrendy. They're probably not trendy and cool anymore, but that's the kind of I like. But yeah, so obviously, and I think I say Sophie scarf-ish because I'm not sure if I've ever bought the Sophie scarf pattern, but it's fairly easy to figure out if you've ever knit garter stitch with I-cord edging. So it's a simple pattern. I probably can recommend the pattern because it's easy and it's a good way to try I-cord edging and increases and decreases. But to me it wasn't necessary. But the reason I wanted to show you that is because I have made another one. It's a bit less orange than it's showing at the camera. It's a kind of weird lighting situation here. But yeah, this I have made in the last week or so. The thing is, between last time and this time, I've had an exam, and I've been trying not to knit like crazy because I had an exam and I need to read and stuff, but I have knitted quite. And this fall I bought myself some Morsa wool yarn, which is Morsa I'm not sure if they actually make that anymore. That's also one of the reasons why I bought it, because I'm not sure they make yarn from Morsa anymore. Anyways, Morsa is made by Sandnes Yarn, and it's like the third sorting of yarn. It used to be, at least, and they used to sell it at some grocery stores, or yeah, just regular shops. And this is the Gynt equivalent, and this feels a bit airier than Gynt. I presume it's because it's the ends and stuff, but it works fine. I used about 100 grams. I think I used 98 grams of it, so again about 180 meters of it. But yeah, obviously I think Gynt, actually, that kind of, I used a 4.5mm needle, and I was just trying to figure out if that would be too airy, but I think it's quite like good. I have washed it and just pressed out the water just to try and make it a bit more even, because you know, in exam stress sometimes everything becomes a lot tighter. But now, yeah, and then there's this one. I'm finally wearing it. My left lopey jumper. It's 508 grams. So now we know that. So that means it's a bit over 1,000 meters for this whole thing, which is lovely. And I feel very retro in it, both the colors and also kind of the fit with the high neck, this sort of puffy sleeves, and everything. So it feels kind of 60s, 70s colours, I think, but also the fit kind of feels like something my mum would knit in the 80s. Yeah. So I'm going to show you some things I'm working on. I think I showed this one to you last time. This is a jumper in Svensk Ull trätråd by Järbo, Swedish wool, with three ply Swedish wool, and now it has got a neck, which is just a folded over so it becomes more of a crew neck rather than a high neck. It's got sleeves, which like this one, slightly poofy, but not as poofy because I'm gonna block the ribbing out. That's my plan at least. And now, so I finished both the sleeves. Luckily they are the same length. I have now started on the ribbing. On this, the rest of it, I've done one by one ribbing because I want it to be the same on both sides. But on the hem, I am doing split. I'm doing a split hem because I've obviously fallen in love with that. I'm doing a different kind of ribbing. I am from the right side. It's purl 2 knit 1 or knit 1 purl 2, and so on the inside it looks a lot more close together than on the outside, which I think I like that. I did some swatching for that yesterday, and it's not very obvious because of how dark the yarn is, but I really like this largest part is that kind of ribbing, so it has more of a poofy and also kind of spread out look, more like a brioche kind of style, but it's not, and then on the back it has more of an even knit look, really stockinette look, which I quite like. It's really nice having something very plain. I am trying that out because I'm going on a trip and I really want to wear it or bring it with me. So I hope it's going to be finished this week, which I'm quite looking forward to. Then the next project, I'm probably going to tell you a lot more about that jumper or sweater in the next time we meet, or on Instagram, hopefully. This, you know, the shawl thing we were talking about, the Shetlandish shawl, is not finished. I still have to edge more than a quarter of it, but I have made an edging. I have finished both the lace patterns. I kind of wish that this part would have been a bit wider. I am not ripping it back. I'm thinking I might make another one at some point, not right now, but this is kind of a test more, and then I found an edging and I modified the edging, a vintage lace edging. This is Huldra by Hillesvåg, which is a worsted spun yarn, very nice, good for machine knitting and weaving, but also for knitting, especially things like baby related. I wish I had done something different with the corner and done short rows instead of, I did a sort of short rows, but I just turned, not in the same place, I turned at different stitches, but it makes a bit of a scrunched up look in the corner, and I wish I'd just done a short row so it would be a wedge, like more that kind of corner. It's fine, it's okay, it's going to block out nicely. I think I'm not really too worried about it. I just need to block it out properly. I am trying to convince my granddad to build one of those hap stretchers with me. I recommend just googling that, hap stretcher by Kate Davies, with Kate Davies, because that's kind of what I want. So these are one of my edging swatches, which does not look very good, not unblocked, but this is before I modified it. And then we have the second lace pattern, which is a very simple pattern but very cute, and then we have the finished lace, but very like just a half a repeat because I couldn't be bothered with knitting more than that. I have now skein up my third skein, so we have I'm used about 200 grams in this, which is about 800 and something meters, which is quite good, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to finishing that. I'm not sure if I'm finishing this week, and I don't think I'm going to bring this to Oslo on my trip because it's not enough left, really. If I'd only been on the first panel or lace panel, I would probably bring it, but since I am nearly finished, I don't think I'm going to bring it because I'm not going to be able to wear it. I'm not going to want to wear it until it's blocked, and I'm not blocking at our hotel in Oslo. So that's kind of annoying. That is probably not going to be finished this week and not next week because I'm away. But we might have some finished things, I hope. The jumper for one, and some other things like, I think I showed these to you last time. It's not finished because I haven't a heel on it, but it's a sock without a heel. I'm gonna have to make a heel for that. But I have started on the second one, so I'll do the heels at the same time, probably. So I've just knit the ribbing and like a centimetre and a half, or a centimetre of the sock. So that's coming along. This might be coming with me to Oslo. Who knows? But yeah, this is Babyull Lanette by Svensk Ull. And then I'm using Drops Fabel as my heels and toes. I think that will be nice and good. And I'm thinking maybe I should make myself some red stocking ravelry, like just red, maybe, who knows. Then we have the project I have not been showing you because it's been sort of secret and sort of not so secret anymore. But it's this, which is a mitten pattern I've been making this year. It's for a church jubilee, and this is my fourth full pair of mittens that I'm knitting, and these are in their largest size. So I'm knitting these so I can photograph two of with the same colour combination soon. So I hope these also, I kind of also hope that these will be finished before I leave, because I'm about halfway on the second mitten, so I should be able to finish these ones if I would be bothered tonight if I wanted to. I'm not sure. I want to knit on my jumper. So that means I need to figure out something to make on my Oslo trip. And I'm thinking about, I have a swatch here and some yarn. I have some Miniselbu by Du Store Alpaka, another Norwegian yarn brand. Miniselbu is usually a sock yarn, and I don't think I've used Miniselbu as a sock yarn actually. Well, no, I've used the regular one, the thicker one for socks, and yeah, I don't know. Alpaca socks are really warm, so they're kind of hard to wear for me. I get too warm. So, but I've made a swatch. This is held double, so it's very thick. I was thinking I kind of wanted to make a blouse or like a thinner, like lightweight jumper, and more closer fit, probably based on one of their patterns on, I think it's called Free Vintage Knitting or freevintagepatterns.com, and we'll have to see, because of course this is a very variegated yarn, and for most Norwegians and probably other nationalities, it's very reminiscent of sock yarn, the colours of this. So I'm not sure how it will work. I have knitted a lightweight jumper from this kind of yarn, but in a darker colourway. I did that earlier this year, and it's really lovely. I really like to wear it. So I know that I will like the fabric, but I'm not sure if I will like the look. So that's the next point, trying to figure out that. So, well, altogether, all of these projects I have shown you weigh, well, not the ones in process because I haven't weighed those, weigh 1,114 grams and are 2,860 meters. So that's quite good, I think. Well, it is quite good. It's just scary because, you know, the cost of this, immense. And it isn't really. I am quite good about not spending too much money. But again, I really wanted to just show you this once more and say that buy patterns from people like Elsas kaffebönor from Erika. I linked her the pattern in my last episode, because you are supporting people who are promoting and Sami history and culture, which is a really nice thing to do for us who aren't Sami, and she does really important work. So I would really recommend looking into her and looking into her patterns, and spending your money on those kinds of things. So it's going to be a couple of weeks until next time, but thank you for sticking around with me. I'll see you soon.